Hey guys, welcome back to the Theory Lesson Series. In this video, I'm going to run you through 3 different major scale patterns on the guitar neck that you can use for many different applications. But this is just going to be about learning those patterns and what fingers we're going to use and how they lay out from string to string. So I'll run you through the 3 patterns, and then we'll look at how those patterns change as we cross the fretboard vertically, and then we'll look at how they connect from one to the other. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to be doing this around 5th position. So the first scale is going to be an A major scale. We're starting on string 6, fret 5. So I would think of this as a finger 2 major scale, as far as being able to visualize the pattern that I'm going to lay out on the guitar neck. So this is going to start out string 6 fret 5 with finger 2, string 6 fret 7 with finger 4, string 5 fret 4, finger 1, string 5 fret 5, finger 2, string 5 fret 7, finger 4, string 4 fret 4, finger 1, string 4 fret 6, finger 3, and string 4 fret 7, finger 4. So let me just go through that nice and slow. I'll try and make it apparent with my fingers here. So obviously we're not going to play it that way, but that's just to demonstrate for you guys. So that is probably the major scale pattern that I would go to the most, and one that it sits in one position. You can do a lot of exercises and patterns with it. Works out nicely for that. Not much of a stretch in the hand. So I'm in 4th position here, so that's 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2. The next one we're going to play an A major scale as well, but this one's going to be a little bit stretched out and not necessarily in one position. An easy pattern to see though. So we're going to start on string 6 fret 5 again, but with finger 1 this time. So a finger 1 pattern. So string 6 fret 5, string 6 fret 7 with finger 2, string 6 fret 9 with finger 4, and then that's going to be the same pattern on string 5. So I did 5, 7, 9, or fingers 1, 2, 4, jump to string 5 fret 5, finger 1, string 5 fret 7, finger 2, string 5 fret 9, finger 4, and then string 4 fret 6, finger 1, and string 4 fret 7, finger 2. A lot of people will do scales like this with their 3rd finger instead of their 2nd finger, and that's just not comfortable to me. If that's what you opt to do, then so be it. You know, everybody's kind of built differently, so we feel comfortable with different things, and you always have that option to change fingers around when it makes sense, right? If it makes it more comfortable and easier to do, then why not? So slowly through that one again. Keep it in the same position for this last pattern. It's going to be starting on finger 4, so a finger 4 major scale pattern. But it's going to be a C major scale. So we're keeping it in the same position, but we're starting on a different root note. String 6 fret 8. All of these notes are in one position except for the 7th scale degree, which will be on string 3 fret 4 here. Okay? So starting on string 6 fret 8, finger 4, string 5 fret 5, finger 1, string 5 fret 7, finger 3, string 5 fret 8, finger 4, string 4 fret 5, finger 1, string 4 fret 7, finger 3. Here we we shift out of that position, finger 1 to string 3 fret 4, and then just shift that up into your higher register root, string 3 fret 5. Now I'll walk that back down. Make sure as you get familiar with these, make sure you're playing them with alternate picking, getting the right and the left hands to communicate, but most important thing is being able to visualize that on the neck. Okay, so that's 3 major scale patterns starting on finger 1, then we did finger 2 first, then we did finger 1, and then we did finger 4. Now I want to show you how one of those patterns will shift based on this B string. The B string kind of screws things up for us a little bit, where patterns don't stay consistent all the way across the fretboard. So we're going to take that first pattern that we learned, which was in one position. It's 2 4 1 2 4 1 3 4. If I shift that down to start on string 5, it's going to be the exact same pattern. A different scale. It's a D major scale, but it's the exact same pattern in the hand. If I shift that down to string 4, it's going to be slightly different, where I have to shift out of position. So I have 2 4 1 2 4, and then here I have to shift 1 fret forward on that B string. So I end up with finger 1 on the 5th fret. And then I work my way back down, and I shift right here. See how I close that pinky up there? All right. And then when I get to the 3rd string, I'm actually going to start on my 1st finger. So point is, when you come across stuff like this, I don't want you to think that it's a different pattern. It's the same pattern. It's just the B string shifts notes around for us by a half step up or down, depending on which way we're moving vertically. And so here it would be 1 3 1 2 4 1 3 4 4 3 1 4 2 1 3 1. So I want you to see that as the same thing. It's just that B string that complicates things a little bit. Now we're going to play all the same scales that we just played, but we're going to see how that connects in the next octave. So we're starting here with our A major finger 2 major scale pattern. We're going to play through that and then stop on that higher root. So 2 4 1 2 4 1 3 4. So if we want to continue playing this in one position, we've got a finger 4 major scale pattern to start with here. We ended on that higher A, or the higher root, with finger 4. So now we can play a finger 2 major scale into a finger 4 major scale, which would be 4 1 3 4 2 4 1 2. And then we're back into our finger 2 scale here. Now, if we did that with finger 1, that pattern again was a little stretched out here, right? A 5 fret stretch instead of a 4 fret stretch. So 1 2 4 1 2 4 1 2. I end up on finger 2. So now I have a finger 2 pattern to play. And I'm starting on string 4. That's going to require that one shift on the B string. So it's 2 4 1 2 4. Shift up 1 fret, 1 3 4. 4 3 1. Shift back a half step here. 4 2 1. 4 2. And then 2 1. 4 2 1. 4 2 1. And the last last one, the C major scale, starting on finger 4. It's 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 1, out of position, shift back into position. And then we have the finger 2 sequence, but starting on finger 1 because of that B string, which lays out real nicely on the guitar. 1, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, 3, 1. 1, 1, shift back into position. 3, 1, 4, 3, 1, 4. So, as far as getting it all to go, one pattern to go across the fretboard or to connect the scale patterns, that's just other stuff to work on. But get comfortable with the individual scale patterns. Think about it starting on finger 2, starting on finger 1, starting on finger 4, and you'll start to visualize it. You'll start to see that on the neck. What we're going to do in the next video is run through all of our sharp scales in a circle of fifths pattern. And we're going to play the notes and say them out loud so you can get familiar with keys, and we're just going to use one scale pattern, which makes it easy to just be thinking about the notes within a key. So we'll see you in the next video. Let me know if you have any questions, guys. Thanks a lot.